Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to design project number 6. So we are going to be doing SketchUp modeling. So you got to go to SketchUp.com, and I don't know why I go over to secondary education and click on that, and they make me enter all my information to get to this screen, and then we click Start Modeling. And once you click Start Modeling, you'll end up in the SketchUp program, just like this. Now, everyone always says they hate SketchUp, and I always ask the same question: is are you using a mouse? You should not be doing anything right now if you don't have a mouse in your hand. The mouse is really important because it has this little scroll wheel. And when you scroll in, it zooms in. When you scroll out, it zooms out. And that's really, really important. You have to be able to use that. Also, if you click on that same wheel, as you know, you can rotate around just like that. And if you click the shift button and then that same wheel, you can pan left and right. So this program is really difficult to use if you're not using a mouse because you need to be able to do those things in order to navigate around the program. So what I want to do with the program today is I want to build just a really simple house. So what we want to do is we want to come over here to the rectangle and click on the rectangle. And we're going to go to 0, 0. And we're going to click on that 0, 0. And we're going to stretch it out and we're going to make ourselves a rectangle. So there's my rectangle. Now you'll remember from a previous lesson is I can now type in the size I want that rectangle to be. So I know that my house is 28 feet. So I'm going to type in 28 and 1 dash, 28 feet. And if you want to follow along, we're right down in this window here, but we don't have to click in that window. And then I click a comma and I'm going to type in 50 feet. So make your house 28 by 52, so I know that you're following the video, and you can hit enter, and that house is now 28 by 50 feet. And you can see that we're still in 2 dimensions here, so we want to try to fix that if we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this push-pull tool. We're going to click on that, and what we do now is we're going to click on this rectangle and pull it up. And you got to decide how tall you want your house. So I like a nice tall house. I'm going to type in 12 and 1 dash for 12 feet and hit enter. You can see it automatically zips up to 12-foot house. We can zoom out a little bit, and there's our 12-foot house so far. So there's the beginning of our house, that basic rectangle. Today, what I really want to talk about is I want to talk about the move tool. It's a really fun and interesting tool you can do a lot with. So I want to come over here to the roof of our house. I'm going to click shift and then that middle button to span over a little bit again. So now I want to start by making a line. So when you make a line, you want to come over to this pencil right here and click on the pencil. And if you want to make a squiggly line, you want to click on the second one, but I want to make a straight line. So I'm just going to click on that pencil. And it's a smart little tool. It recognizes that I want to make a start on this line here. And when I go down far enough, it will say, hey, there's your middle point. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to click once on that. Now remember in SketchUp, you don't hold the button down. You just click it once. You drag to where you want to be. And once you get there, you click the button again. And now I've made a straight line. So I want to talk about the move tool a little bit. The move tool is an interesting one because the move tool is this guy right here. And the reason why the move tool is a bit interesting is you see how this area right here gets shaded. Well, if I click on that, then only that shaded area is going to move. And every other piece of my project is going to conform to that. So all these areas are touching here. They're going to continue touching, and they're just going to kind of bend around that one piece that I'm moving. But I don't want a house that looks like that, so I'm going to back it up one step. But I can focus on this line here, and if I move that line, you can see things are getting really out of whack because everything needs to conform and stay connected to that one line that I'm moving around. So things can get really messy with that move tool. So I want to undo that again. You got to pay attention to what you want to move. If I want to move that face, I can move it like that. But if I kind of bend it up or bend it down, everything's going to get out of whack because it's trying to conform to what I'm moving it to. So once again, we're going to back up. So what I really want to do here, my goal is to build a roof. So I do want to move. I'm just going to kind of come into view here. I only want to move this one line right here. And what I want to do with that line is I want to pull it up. So I'm going to focus just on that line and make sure nothing else is highlighted other than that line. And I'm going to pull it straight up. And you can see that here the dotted line in the background's black, but if I move it this way, it's going to say on the blue axis. And that tells me that I'm actually moving it straight up in the direction I want because the blue axis is straight up. And now I've just made myself a roof. So that's the move tool. With the move tool, you have to be very careful that you are only moving the section that you want to move. Now notice how I'm navigating around. I'm spinning around the house using that center wheel by clicking on it and then using the shift button to slowly pan back and forth. Now I want to give my house a little door. So I'm going to come back to this rectangle tool and I'm going to click on it and I'm going to give my house a little door just like that. And anything about a door rectangle is you can click on it and highlight that area. And when you click delete, now you actually have a hole in your house that you can walk right into the house and take a little look around. So there's my door. I'm going to maybe even add a window. So let's come over here and let's add another rectangle here. Now remember, in SketchUp, we click once, we make our rectangle, and click again to end it. So there is our rectangle. Here's Mr. Todd in the background doing a little dance. That's good stuff. Nice, nice, Mr. Todd. All right, I want to show you one more cool feature of the Move tool. If I move this guy, you can see what's highlighted. That will only move that little rectangle. Now, if you hit the Control button and then click, you can release everything, and you can see what this does is this copies that window right over to the other side, and you can click to place it just like that. So that's kind of neat. Now that I have two windows, I can come back to my mouse. I can click on that one, click delete, click on this window, click delete, and you can see now I have two windows that go inside my house. So make me a house with a door and a couple of windows. Try using that Move tool correctly, and try copying and pasting with the Move tool and see how well you do. Best of luck. Hope it goes well. Let me know.